Hello YouTube, I am Matt. Welcome to another episode of A Feather and Inkwell. Welcome back YouTube. This is my desk and we are looking at my ink samplings for December 16th through December 20th of the Diamine Inkvent calendar. The first one for December 16th is called Tundra. This is a standard ink, so it's very flat in color. It doesn't have any extra effects on the page. It's not going to sheen, it's not going to shimmer, it doesn't have any scents, nothing special about it. It is kind of a brown gold color, so if you just want to fill up a pen and have kind of that kind of hot cocoa kind of scents, and you don't want to have to worry about your feed clogging up or any like really harsh cleanings that you got to worry about, Tundra's probably the right one to choose as we get through this part of the week and these days. So this is potentially for maybe some of your more expensive pens or maybe some of your older pens that you don't really want to put harsher inks in that are going to clog it up and are going to be hard to clean out. Next in line we have the December 17th Winterberry. Now Winterberry is very bright, it's got lots of glitter in it, and oh yeah, it is picking that up well in the camera, as I expect it would. Here's the bottle. Now, with this much glitter slash glimmer, they call this chameleon. And it doesn't really change color. That's just what they decide to call all these glitter inks. The glitter within it, let me give you a nice little show here, right there. So it has a lot of red with gold in it. And it is absolutely stunner on the page. And the ink is also a nice bright Christmas red. And here in the smudge slash other samples, you could see this is a sponge sample down here. So you get the full effect of it. You get the lighter sponge area, the darker, and the darkest pooled area that dried. And you could already see all that beautiful glitter within it. Absolutely amazing. Over here, we have just some normal effects, a little bit drier writing, and then a little bit pooled, so you can see it's going to pool to be a nice dark Christmassy red. Here's it, and a brush, so nice and bright, nice and even. If you want to brush in with it, that'd be really cool. Some writing sample. It doesn't, over here in the wettest area, it kind of fanned out a little bit, feathered. And in the rest, it stayed pretty even. So writing with a normal medium, even a broad, you're going to get something that looks like this up here. It's going to stay nice and tight on you. Moving right on along, we have December 18th, known as Vibe. So Christmas vibes. This is an extreme sheen. The color, I'm going to hold it up so you can see it a little bit better. Here we go. Right there, you could see it. It is a blue that sheens to red as expected, and it does so wonderfully. So definitely there on the darker areas and on the wet areas you could see it, but even across the text when the light hits it at a good angle, it's going to sheen for you. And I like the Christmas vibes of this batch. It's really between those two as to my favorites. Vibe is really cool. I love the blues. The blues are kind of my favorite colors of this particular one. Here's what the bottle looks like. And on the underneath of it, sorry folks, here it is. So here's Vibe. And you're really not going to see that much of its sheening effect. It's more of just, and the chemical composition of it, of how it achieves it. But there you have it. There's Vibe. It starts off a nice dark blue, kind of an aqua, if you will. It has a little bit of green in it, but it's that darker blue with the green, and then it sheens on over to red in the right lighting. Moving right on along, we have, this is the only one that I've seen of this type in this set. A scented one, Fruit Cocktail. Comes out really peachy. It's a flat color, so it's more of a standard, and it writes nice and evenly. Here's what the bottle looks like, and some kind of in the light, there's what the ink looks like in the bottle. These are little 12-ounce bottles, as I've stated before. That color there on the label is pretty accurate to what it looks like on the page. It does write pretty nice. I wrote really wet with it to make sure it didn't have anything extra come out. It really doesn't. It's really just one nice flat color. Writing with more of a normal amount of ink, it's not going to feather out. It's going to write pretty good. Again, if you had something that was a little bit more harder to clean, you wanted to write with it for a while, you could probably use the scented one and enjoy the sweeter scents of Fruit Cocktail. Last but not least, this will be my shortest review probably because we've already done this before. December 20th is a repeat of Potpourri. So this is a standard color. It's kind of a darker purplish brown. So think about dried rose petals and other dried herbs put into a mix. Maybe your grandparents used it to kind of spice up the house a little bit. Maybe it has some cinnamon, nutmeg, other things within the mix. It gives a nice kind of background scent to a house without having to burn a candle. And it's unique to this time of year. That's typically when you're going to find it. And so that's what this color reminds you of. Other than that, it is a standard color. It is very flat. And again, if you wanted something that was easier to clean out, this will probably be it. Folks, that is it for the 16th through the 20th. Tell me what you're inking up with and have a merry holiday season.